Hi everyone, this is Michael Brook from Rapid Couples Counseling, and this video is entitled, You Might Not Have a Relationship Problem, You Might Have a You Problem. Now, frequently when couples come to me, their relationship is in crisis, and I lay out what the recipe for success is, what the 5 fundamental needs people have in a relationship. We figure out what's actually going on, what's at the root cause of their problems, and then we start working on the solution and start working on changing the habits that they're doing, as in the habits of disconnection, and try and change those to the habits of connection. But sometimes, even given that clear, specific, easy to understand instruction, people either can't or don't want to change. They either can't or don't want to make the changes to their habits. Now, often this is a number of reasons why. And so sometimes they might have a mental health issue, they might have depression, they might have anxiety, they might have an addiction, they might have had a diagnosis from a well-meaning psychiatrist, psychologist, and with an acronym, and 4-letter acronym or 3-letter acronym or whatever. And they say, and once, because I've got that acronym, or because I've got the diagnosis, or because I say they've got doing X, Y, Z, that they're unable or incapable of change, or that change is actually very difficult because of X, Y, Z. Now, acknowledge the difficulty that a lot of people have if they've got pre-existing mental health issues. So, for example, anxiety, depression, stress. Often when people see me, they're stressed out of their heads because they might have 2 or 3 children, they might be doing a renovation, they might have stress at work, they might be doing 10 to 12-hour days, and they've got no time for their relationship and their children. Sometimes people show up just crazy stressed out of their mind. Other people show up because they've experienced depression, have had depression for a really, really long period of time. Sometimes they might show up with an addiction. They might show up with alcohol addiction, or marijuana addiction, or drug addiction, or porn addiction, or whatever. So often when they show up and they've got those things going on, when I say, hey, it's probably a good idea for you to make changes in life, often they'll say, actually, no, I can't. I can't because of X, Y, Z. And this is what I mean when I say they don't have a relationship problem, they have a you problem. They have a problem with how people are showing up in the world for everyone. And that just doesn't include the relationship and the relationship partner, it includes themselves. And what often happens with couples is when someone has a you problem, and I've said that to clients directly, you don't have a relationship problem, you have a you problem. And you need to fix you before you can have a good relationship. And you need to work on whatever mental health issue you're dealing with in order for you to have a good relationship. This is why for those clients, I'll frequently do some hypnosis or hypnotherapy around their emotion regulation, around removing or reducing depression or anxiety. Every single time I will tell clients they need to do some exercise. Exercise is the foundation of a well-regulated individual. 2 well-regulated individuals have a well-regulated relationship, but some people, when you say you need to do some exercise, they'll immediately start making a big long list of excuses of why they can't. Or if you say you need to work on your emotional regulation, they'll immediately come up with a big long set of excuses of why they won't. The problem with that is what tends to happen is if someone refuses to work on their emotion regulation, they use their partner as their emotion regulation device, or they get their partner to regulate their emotions or to accommodate to their emotional dysregulation. And over a period of time, people will get to a point, practically everyone will get to a point where they go, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be my partner's psychological nursemaid. I want to be their relationship partner. So the strategy of ignoring mental health issues, not doing what works, the strategy of avoiding that problem is a losing one, and we'll lose every time given a long enough time period. And most of the time people will go, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. They'll get to the end of their rope and they go, I'm done being my partner's psychological nursemaid. I've heard that so many times. If you're having a relationship issue and you have some issues around depression, anxiety, addictions, past trauma or whatever, it's a really good idea to clear that up. It's a really good idea to book in for a hypnotherapy session, and we can get you working on that. it's a really good idea to make exercise, because exercise has been proven to significantly reduce anxiety, depression, improve emotional regulation over a very, very short period of time. So if you've got issues with that, you need to make exercise a part of your every single day. It needs to be as regular for you as brushing your teeth. It's really, really important if you've got that going on. You need to focus on you. You've got a you problem, not a relationship problem. But the interesting thing is, and what I've noticed with a whole heap of clients, is when they work on them, when they work on the you problem, when they improve their emotional regulation, when they get to hypnosis, when they do some exercise, when they make exercise a part of their everyday routine, their relationship improves out of sight really quickly. So it's really important, if you have a relationship problem, to work on you first. If you've got depression, make sure you kick the depression. If you've got issues around drinking or stress, make sure you're working your stress reduction. Make sure if you've got some issues around alcohol and alcohol consumption, well, get some hypnosis, some alcohol consumption. You need to work on you first. And when you do that, the relationship improves frequently, very quickly. Okay? So I hope this has helped. If you do have a you problem, give me a call on 0432 681 321. If you've got a relationship problem, please give me a call also on 321 681 0432 681 321. There's a booking link in the description of this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to making more quality content for you shortly. Thanks very much.